Well, good morning, YouTube. Is that thing on? Hot mic, hot mic. All right, here we go. Ready? Good morning, YouTube. It is Tuesday, April 16th. I'm JB, and welcome to another edition of What's On Today with Discovery Bay, home of the YouTube Comic Community Channel Guide. This is the show where I'm going to share some of my top picks from the sea of comic content that was released yesterday. Then I'm going to run down the lineup of shows that are either releasing or going live today. Let's start with a quick recap of yesterday's highlights. There are links to these channels in the description below. These channels have been discovered. First up on the recap, over at Chuckload of Comics channel, Chuck and team are set up at Star Wars Celebration in Chicago, and yesterday they released this video titled Inside the Millennium Falcon, live from Star Wars Celebration. Let's take a peek.
All right, guys, day 5 of Star Wars Celebration. We're about to do something I've been wanting to do this entire time. They built an entire interior for the Millennium Falcon. We're going to give you a whole video walkthrough. First stop on the tour of the hollow chess table, and we have a special guest, Kyra. This is so cool. There's so much stuff to nerd out about at this Millennium Falcon. They built this entire thing. It's been the hottest thing to do. The line to get into this thing has been about an hour.
Well, great stuff, Chuck. Check out the entire video and all the other amazing Star Wars coverage at the link right here. Okay, next up, over at Comic Tom 101's channel, Tom released a video titled Highest Graded Comic on the CGC Census, and it's gold. So Tom and Jeff, the Golden Age Guru, talk Golden Age and share some great stories.
I'm curious, during like a particular week in the year, let's just spice it up, let's say convention week, how many Golden Age, Atomic Age comic books do your hands touch?
So if I'm on a con floor, I mean, I'm in my element. I love it. All right? I love shows. So I will see in a con week, I'd say, or actually my hands touch and go through, I'd say at least 1,000 Golden Age, Atomic Age books.
So much to it. Just the idea that there is this whole separate view that collectors have, which is with this particular era, that is just unmatched, untouched by the later years, is fascinating to me. I think we got to document it, and I think we got to just live in it.
So what you just said absolutely just inspired me, because I know we've talked about the show and trying to figure out a concept for it or title or way to go, but when you said you were trying to immortalize in gold, it just hit me, and I was like, you know what? This could just be called the Immortal Gold.
Ooh, okay.
Because you just have this show, and you have these characters that are just going to live on forever.
Yeah, like literally paper that has survived the worst.
Yeah, you're immortalizing them, and they are practically immortal.
And what better way to like immortalize it than, you know, preserve it, to collect it, and to try to make content around it and put it on the internet so everyone can enjoy.
To check out the entire video, click the link right here. Okay, on the last item on the recap, head over to Burke Nasty 54 Comics channel. Steve released a really cute video titled Name That Comic Book Character with my wife and daughter. Let's take a quick peek.
What's going on, guys? It is Burke Nasty. I'm here with my wife. Should we call you Mrs. Burke Nasty, or should we say Mrs. Winter, my wife, and my daughter?
My name is Aria, and I play Friends every day.
Okay, all right. So this is gonna be a fun video. I'm gonna be quizzing my wife and daughter on their knowledge of comic book characters. Have you ever?
She's gonna win.
Have you ever read a comic book?
Always.
Have you ever read a comic book before?
No.
No? Never? Do you feel like you
Not
were
that
going
I
to know
know.
some of these?
Maybe a couple.
Okay. Should we put something on this?
Thanks for sharing, Steve, and nice to meet you, Winter and Aria. Go check out the full video at the link above. Okay, now let's get to today's lineup and find out what's on today with Discovery Bay. All of these times are listed in both Pacific Standard Time and Eastern Standard Time, and all the channel links with timestamps are in the description below. So, first up, at 8 a.m. Pacific, 11 a.m. Eastern, Billy at Economics and Comics gives us a video titled Big News Giveaways. Based on this thumbnail, should be good. Okay, at 9:30 a.m. Pacific, 12:30 p.m. Eastern, Bear Island Comics brings us a video titled Episode 3, Love, killing, and comic books. Let's take a look.
Special thank you to Chris Brown at Comics&More for loaning me John and Danny, giving me John and Danny as a gift for, I guess I've been a decent customer. When I first told Chris that I was starting a YouTube channel, he was so supportive.
You are? I mean, you are. That's great. Do you think you have the charisma for that?
Just so supportive, so great. I can't believe you came back for a third video. Thank you. I appreciate every single person who takes any time out of their day to watch me talk about my little hobby.
Oh yeah, this should be good. Don't miss it. At 12 p.m. Pacific, 3 p.m. Eastern.
Whosoever watches this channel, if he or she be worthy, shall acquire the knowledge from the real Comic Chief.
The Real Comic Chief releases a video titled Top Pick Tuesday. Okay, at 3 p.m. Pacific, 6 p.m. Eastern, over at the Comics with Bueller channel, we should be seeing a video titled Hot Top 10 Comics to Buy for April 17th, New Comic Book Day Weekly Picks. Next up at 4 p.m. Pacific, 7 p.m. Eastern, head over and check out the boys from Chino's Comics and More. They're going live with a stream titled The Early New Comic Book Day Show for 4/17/19. They have we have new comics, variants, toys, and pops in hand. So check out Chino and Manny as they host ThoroQboro and Steve of Burke Nasty 54 Comics as they're new comic book shop owners, and they're going to share their recent order. Okay, next up at 5 p.m. Pacific, 8 p.m. Eastern. Oh yeah, man, I love that new intro, Rod. Okay, check out a live stream titled Buy or Pass on New Comic Book Day from Rod the Rican and at his comics channel, Just a Rican and His Comics. The gang is back, that's right. Join Edwin, the Comic Jabroni, Rod the Rican, and Perry Comics as they discuss what to buy or pass on tomorrow's New Comic Book Day. Okay, at 5:30 p.m. Pacific, 8:30 p.m. Eastern. Over at the Comic Spectre channel, Israel is going live with a stream titled Preview, Pre-orders, and Solicitations for June. Come see how Israel saves money on his orders and the methodology behind it. Okay, at 6 p.m. Pacific, 9 p.m. Eastern, over at Simple Man's Comics channel, we have a very special live stream titled CBSI Presents Indie Spotlight show with an exclusive interview with Mad Cave Studios. Let's take a look. Alright, that should be good. Next up at 6:30 p.m. Pacific, 9:30 p.m. Eastern, we get another live stream, this time from D Comic Queen. This one is titled Chat with Nat, the Magic Order Discussion. Join Natalie as she hosts special guest Comic Book Champion, and they discuss the Magic Order miniseries. Okay, next up at 6:30 p.m. Pacific, 9:30 p.m. Eastern, we have another live show. It's Tuesday, so you know what that means. It's the Tuesday night comic auction over at the home of the New York Warriors. Come join Biggie, Manny, Joker, Jeff, Marky in the chat. Come for the deals and stay for the laughs. Alright, at 7 p.m. Pacific, 10 p.m. Eastern, we have a new live show from the Comic Corps titled The Golden Guys. Check this out. thumbnail is classic, man. Come on, hey, you don't want to miss out on this great new show. It's going to be awesome. And the last item on the lineup and the last live show that I knew about starts at 8 p.m. Pacific, 11 p.m. Eastern, over at Fantastic Comics Channel. We get a live stream titled 100K in Stolen Comics Recovered, How We Did It. Well, I got a preview. Let's hear from the source.
Hey everybody, my name is Yul Carter and I own Fantastic Comics in Berkeley, California, where on Tuesday nights when the store is closed at 8 p.m. Pacific, my buddy Lul and I get together and we live stream on YouTube. It's a great show where we talk about comics that are coming out for New Comic Book Day, we talk about comic books that I read from the week before, we just talk about comic books and a whole bunch of other stuff. This week, a whole bunch of other stuff is going to be about how my brother and I were able to rescue $100,000 in stolen comic books. Got it back for the owner. It's a fantastic story. I highly recommend you check in, if only for that. We have a lot of fun time in the chat, and I'm also going to let you know about a wee bit of Twitter drama that I have. Won't you join us? 8 p.m. Pacific.
Okay, well that's it for today's show. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, go ahead and give me a thumbs up. If you didn't, you can give me a thumbs down, but you don't have to. Please visit me on Facebook. I'm also on Instagram, where I'm going to post this schedule right here, sometime between 3 and 4 o'clock. Also, visit me on Patreon. And if you're not already a subscriber, think about subscribing so you don't miss out on any of these cool shows. And as always, do not forget, we had a good time.